it is. It's 2.5 attempts up here for Otis Lawrence. It might not be enough for pole position, but maybe with a good final corner coming up into turn 14, he might be able to steal it away. Tomek goes quickest with a 127.234. That was a really good lap there from Tomek. Not quite a point what we're after, but it's a very quick lap time coming up to line now. What can Otis do? It's only a 0.286.
It's not enough from Otis Lawrence so far. We've got a few guys in the final few corners, Jarno Opmeer being one of them. I saw Alvaro Carreton has invalidated on his attempt. Fabrizio Donoso puts himself on the front row. Here comes Jarno Opmeer up towards the line. Can he go to the top of the order? Indeed he can, with a 1 minute 27.205 from him. Alvaro Carreton won't be able to put a time on the board. Jake Benham is up next, but he is also invalidated, and we did not get that 0.1, but we do get the Flying Dutchman, Jarno Opmeer, sitting on pole position for the season opener. Before they get onto the final lap of the season opener, what a race it has been. We have 3,000 people watching in the live chat. Make sure you're subscribing and make sure you're liking the stream, as here we go now in towards turn number 1. Jarno Opmeer, he seems to have the gap. Otis Lawrence can't get close enough as they're all burning up the battery in towards turn number 1, and that is crucial. The best overtaking opportunity has come and gone for Otis Lawrence. Opmeer on lap number 29, he's leading the way.
Unbelievable stuff from Opmeer. He's had this planned out, and he's absolutely delivered on that plan. Unbelievable stuff from Jarno Opmeer. He's been so calculated through this race. A lot of drivers would have panicked seeing this McLaren wall, but he stayed so calm and relaxed, and the strategy has paid off like a charm, because he's now got the better tyres. He can really relax through this middle sector. He just can't afford any kind of mistake now through this middle sector, and this should be Jarno Opmeer's first victory here in WOR on the new game.
I've got goosebumps watching this one. We are seeing tactical genius from Jarno Opmeer. Played this perfectly. Everything has fallen in place, and he has manipulated this Grand Prix exactly the way he has wanted. Otis Lawrence really with no chance of getting on by. There's no more DRS zones for him to attack with. Jarno Opmeer just has to navigate one more sector on the final lap of this race. He took the alternate strategy. He grabbed this race by the horns. No one is able to contest him from this point onwards. Your season 13 champion returning to WOR off the exit of the final corner. Otis Lawrence can't do it. The Dutchman, Jarno Opmeer, takes victory in Bahrain. Otis Lawrence P2. Danny Moreno comes home in third. What a season opener that we have seen.
As they come through out of turns 10 and 11, as we come through and aim towards the final triple right-hander, and still nothing Nico can do is to get ahead of Jarno.
I think I'm getting a sneaky suspicion that Lucas Blakely might try and pull what he did on in Brazil on Fabrizio Donoso, because now through the final corner, no one is going to be able to catch Jarno Opmeer at the front of the order. He is going to take victory here in Qatar in what has been a very hellacious and controversial Grand Prix. He will be able to take victory. Nicolas Longe is going to remain in P2. We'll see what the Dutchman can do. Currently P1 at the minute on a 1 minute 10.349. The championship leader approaches turn number 1. We'll watch him drift over to the left-hand side, break just a little grey bit of tarmac through there, and then in towards turn number 2 and 3, where he's going to take this long-winded right-hander uphill through here, run out wide ever so slightly, scroll minimal speed as possible. Is he improving in that first sector? He's down ever so slightly by just half a tenth of a second. There is still margins for improvement for Jarno Opmeer on this lap as he heads through the second sector. We'll take a nice off-board shot to see him through this flowing, this technical second sector in towards turn number 6 at TV3, where you have to be so careful of the curves. Jarno Opmeer taking this track brilliantly. The clock has struck 0. No new laps can be started at the minute. I believe Mirko Soriano was the last man to get across the line as Jarno Opmeer finds an improvement in the second sector. He's up by just over a quarter of a tenth of a second. Nicolas Longe in the final sector just ahead of him will be coming through the final corner now to complete his lap, but we are still watching the Dutchman as we've got 3,500 people watching in the live chat to potentially see Jarno Opmeer on pole position here in Spain. Nicolas Longe can't go to the top of the order because it's Jarno Opmeer on pole position for the time being. A 1 minute 10.283 from him.
The safety car's in this lap already.
Safety car coming in at the end of this lap. I think that is due to the fact that if it went any longer, then it could potentially end on the safety car. I don't know what happens. I think we are going to be green no matter what to the end of this race. Freddie Rasmussen leading from Jake Benham, who has 4 lap fresher medium tyres strapped onto his Mercedes. Jed Norgrove and Josh Adowu on dying soft compounded tyres. Then Tomek Parajic in behind, arguably got the best tyres out of any of the top 5. Then we got the likes of Jarno Opmeer, Istvan Pukki, Nicholas Longe on the softs in behind, off the jump already. Jake Benham in towards turn number 1, challenging to the outside of Freddie Rasmussen. The Red Bull defends to that inside. Jake Benham has to go the long way around, and they're going to run side by side off the exit in towards turn number 2 and 3, where we can see potential contact between the pair of them. Jake Benham, the smart move there, backs out of that overtake in towards now the first sector, where it's so difficult to find any moves. Let's have a check-in on Jarno Opmeer. He's all over the rear of Alfie Butcher as they file their way into this first sector for the 32nd time in this race.
Yep, and then we've got Jake Benham yet again within the 10th of Freddie Rasmussen into turn 8. You can see, can he go through into turn 9? Surely not. As Jarno Opmeer ahead of Alfie Butcher. Alfie goes wide, loses a couple of positions. Now Istvan Pukki ahead of the Haas drivers who come through, and Jarno. And look at this pace he's got as that's Tomek Parajic looking for a move on. That is Josh Yidu in towards turn 10. Can he get himself ahead? He'll be close. As you can see, Jarno yet again now looking to get himself ahead of Xander Van Dyken in towards turns 11 and 12. He breaks a little bit later. That's someone going very wide. That's Josh going really wide down at turn 12. And now Jarno looking to get himself ahead of Parajic in towards turn 13. Round the outside, this could end in tears. Jarno up into P5 now. He's got 4 drivers left to get through to try and take victory. He's on 1 lap hold soft tyres. This should really be a prime position now for Jarno Opmeer to demonstrate. We've got loads of people battling. We've got side-by-side action in towards turn 1. It is Freddie and Jake fighting for the lead. Jake takes the lead of the race in towards turn 1 ahead of Fred Rasmussen.
Jarno Opmeer on rails at the minute. Everyone fighting up ahead allows for him to take advantage of these guys on slower, older tyres. As now in towards the first sector they go. Alfie Butcher, something's happened to him. He's had a spin off the exit of turn at number 1. He's going to be out of contention for any points in this race. Nicholas Longe, don't count him out as well, as now in towards the second sector. Look at Jarno Opmeer on the back of Josh Adowu, who's got 7 lap fresher soft tyres up the inside and towards turn number 9. Jed Norgrove runs wide as well. Opmeer's back onto the podium on lap number 33, as now in towards the final few corners at the end of the second sector. Opmeer all over the back of Freddie Rasmussen. No DRS this time, but he'll get enabled next lap on lap number 34. But Jarno Opmeer, what a strategy call he's got now, because now contact behind. Jed Norgrove has gone for a spin. More yellow flags into now the final 2 corners. Here comes Jarno Opmeer off the exit of Ari Lundijk once again. Opmeer into second. He's done it. He's back into P2. He's just got Jake Benham ahead of him, and then he will lead his home Grand Prix in towards turn number 1. Jarno Opmeer up the inside line of Jake Benham. Will he make the move stick? Indeed he will tonight, because off the exit of the final corner at his home Grand Prix championship leader Jarno Opmeer strikes once again on the line. Nicholas Longe gets the move on Jake Benham. He will not allow the Mercedes 1-2. Jake Benham retains the podium.
Having to take a really evasive action in a way, having to go over the curb, and that's going to cost him a bit of time, because now we've got Philip Presneda all over the back of the McLaren, but crucially he's got no ERS to attack the McLaren, who has around 20%, so that's critical for Piotr Strachelek. And here we go, could Thomas Ronhaar make a move down the inside? Oh my god, that's a late move there from Philip Presneda. Thomas Ronhaar had to back out of it at the last second.
Oh
I thought that was going to end in tears for this second. That was unbelievable stuff there from Philip Presneda. They're going to go side by side, and here comes Thomas Ronhaar, and here comes Jarno Opmeer down the inside, and he gets past all 3 drivers. Sensational racing from Jarno Opmeer.
The second with each other, they head through. That's an incident there for, I think, Duncan Hoffland down at that final setup. But we look now, eyes on Jarno Opmeer, looking to get himself ahead of Luke Smith. He's got a little bit of battery in the tank to use as they head down. And look at this straight line speed here from Jarno Opmeer, looking to head down in towards turn 11 and put himself ahead of both of them as they come down. Luke's looking for a move. Jarno's also looking for a move on the final lap of the race into the final few corners. You can see 3 wide in towards turn 11. Who's going to make it work? They're all going to push each other through, and I think Jarno's going to take the yes he has.
Jarno Opmeer leading the race now, with now Luke Smith trying to fight it back up the inside. Indeed, he will make that move stick now, heading into the final sector for the final time in this incredible Miami Grand Prix. Jarno Opmeer, the advantage will swing back to him with the DRS though. Luke Smith going to defend with everything towards the inside. These are the 2 that pitted onto the medium tyres earlier on in the race. Jarno Opmeer, you can see he's blinking. He's got no battery whatsoever. He'll sell the dummy and go up the inside of Luke Smith on the final corner. Jarno Opmeer hasn't led a race this lap this race, but off the exit of the final corner, Jarno Opmeer, history is made here in WOR. He is the first time two-time PC Tier 1 champion. Jarno Opmeer has done it in style after starting P13. He makes the move on the final lap at the final braking zone ahead of Otis Lawrence. Luke Smith relegated to third. Nathan, we've got a new champion.
Well, this battle could be interesting between the two Mercedes, and do you think Jake will let Jarno have it, or do you think they'll battle to the line, Dan?
I'm not too sure. Jarno Opmeer leading the way. Look at the positions gained for him. 19 in this race, starting from the very back of the order. Jake Benham starting in P2. The two Mercedes drivers, will they look to do battle? Heading in towards the final few corners of this race. Jake Benham certainly wants to challenge his teammate in towards turn number 14 for the final time. Benham is up the inside of Jarno Opmeer. Into the braking zone they go. Jake Benham takes the lead from Jarno Opmeer in towards the final few corners. It's the last sector. This could go right towards the line because here comes Jarno Opmeer on the battery. They're going to run wheel to wheel. It's going to be a photo finish. Never mind. It's Jarno Opmeer taking the win here in Las Vegas. Jake Benham will come home P2. Nicholas Longe in third. Alfie Butcher fourth with that wing damage. But Jarno Opmeer last to first in WOR PC Tier 1. This man is on top of the world. Your season 15 champion. He's not done there. He's adding to his repertoire. He's increasing his margins, and this man, he is ready for F1 Esports to begin.
One of the greatest in the world. After laying down two F1 Esports / Sim Racing titles, Thomas Ronhaar, who is certainly someone to watch in the future, no doubt one of the favourites this season for an F1 Esports crown of his own, now looking to try and challenge someone who's already done it twice. They come together again down the long straight. Ronhaar trying to make certain of the move. Here on lap 27, they come together. Once again, Opmeer going defensive. They run wheel to wheel again. This time, Ronhaar stepping closer, but again, the shields are raised from Jarno Opmeer's Mercedes. He says no. No, coming out of turn 3. Turn 4 comes up next. They drift over to the inside. Ronhaar now opening the door again. Outside line still can't quite find a way, but Jarno shuts the door. They make contact heading out of turn 4, but Jarno still reigns supreme here on lap 27.
Opmeer's defense is absolute class, which means that if Ronhaar wants to get past, he has to go around the outside, which is so risky and really hard to do.
It certainly is. It is very, very tight between these two. Not just in ability, but the delta has cascaded downwards as these two now have fought over the course of strategy throughout this race. And now pure pace is put to the test here at Bahrain once again. Still not enough as now Ronhaar tries the switch back on this occasion. Can't quite find it, but will have the overspeed. Heading out of turn 3 in towards turn 4. Jarno knew it as well as he tried to defend it. Once again, they drift to the inside. Ronhaar now opening the door again. Heading through turn 4. Can he carry the traction through towards the S section? No, Jarno once again defending. Brilliant defense again from Jarno Opmeer. You ask again why he's the best. It's for that very reason, but Ronhaar is really putting that to the test as he goes down the inside, or has a look down the inside, heading through towards turn 8.
The feeling if Ronhaar's car is better right now in the wet weather conditions, he needs to get through now because we are expecting the circuit to dry up.
Yeah, I think so. We are due, actually, for it to stop raining in 7 minutes' time, in accordance to the telemetry on our screen, folks. But still, this battle rages on. These two now have literally been helping each other here. Try and gain time on P3 and behind, but once again, wheel to wheel, coming through turn 1. Ronhaar again asking the big questions. I think he's got enough, though, of the car alongside him. Again, no, they'll meet. Again, wheel to wheel, as though Opmeer tries to hold on. He does once again. What defending here from Opmeer. This time, though, Ronhaar had a chance at the inside, heading through turn 4, as Jarno opened the door, almost inviting him to make that move. But again, relentless defending here from the flying.
Has been down the order so many times this race, pitted really early, had a few issues, still timed his way as well as he could up into the race lead with the strategy, but with tyres that are 27, now 28 laps old, it is going to be too hard for him to try and hang on to the race. He's going to take an inside line down into the first corner. Esteban Puki's going to get to the outside. He sends it in. There's contact between the pair of them, but the Ferrari's going to hold firm, trying to get around the outside as Jarno Opmeer sweeps past the pair of them, and the Mercedes driver flies into the race lead here in Hungary as Esteban Puki has to now settle once again for second place.
Oh, we've retired.
What's emergency pass?
Oh, he's just clicked retired from the stage. So Ishmael Fassi takes second position ahead of Jake Benham in towards turn 1. Ronhaar looking to get in as well. He's got the better time, so surely he should be the one looking to make the move. So it's Ishmael Fassi in second. Jarno Opmeer, he's going to take this victory at this point. It's a 1.8 second gap. As you can see, Jake Benham getting back in. Can he try and take P2? He'll go to the outside line. Can he get it ahead of Ishmael? Ishmael's back to the inside. Ronhaar's watching all this unfold. Ishmael keeps the move ahead of Jake Benham as they head down now in towards turn number 6. Ronhaar's gaining. It's not going to be enough to make a move in towards turn 6 whatsoever. But the key thing is, Jake's going to have DRS down towards the line. Ishmael's going to have nothing, so this could even change even more in this race. Shaneka Clay's also getting in. He's got 13 lap pole times, so it's 5 lap better times than the second and third positions at this point. So the race is still not over between anyone. Here, second down to P5, but back to the front. Jarno Opmeer, what a race this has been. Started on the soft after starting in P8. He went to the hard. He thought, right, everyone's on mediums. No, I'm going to go different. It's going to work heavily here for him today. 28 laps completed on the hard tires. It'll be Jarno Opmeer who wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Absolute superb. Back to the belt for second. Will it be Jake? Will it be Ishmael? Will it be Jake who takes second? Ronhaar to the line. Ronhaar jumps Ishmael Fassi for P3.
Any perspective here as Thomas Ronhaar is losing time to the leaders. Here comes Nicholas Longe closing to the back of the Sauber. There's Jarno Opmeer through on the pair of them. Wow, Jarno Opmeer up the inside and finds his way into P4. Nicholas Longe around the outside, now on the inside of the corner. Thomas Ronhaar still fighting his way into this battle. Jarno Opmeer into P5, but still they're wheel to wheel. Ronhaar around the outside of his championship rival. Jarno Opmeer still wheel to wheel between the pair of them. They bang wheels heading in towards turn number 14 and 15, still side by side. Oh my word, how have they not come to blows? Jarno Opmeer is going to lose that position for the time being. They're still wheel to wheel on lap number 21. 9, Nathan.
What a battle. Absolutely superb between Jarno and Thomas. And now Barry Burmand is here in this battle, but it's the final lap of the race, so anything that happens now is probably going to be final. They head down into turn 5. They're all looking to go left, right to make moves into the break zone, and Thomas goes for a lunge. Couldn't get it to be done as Jarno went deep himself to save the move. They head yet again down towards turn 6. Looking at the leaders, it's going to be Ishmael looking to get himself ahead of Luke Smith. He gets the move done around the outside, but Luke's got the DRS heading down to turn 9. We look further back. Can Jarno make a move ahead of Nico? No, we can't. He stays back. Thomas also stuck behind, and Dan. All these drivers fighting for now. This is key.
This could be the end of the championship fight. Luke Smith is on the attack of Ishmael Fassi. This will end his hopes of winning the title here in Abu Dhabi. Luke Smith around the outside of Ishmael Fassi, and Ishmael holds on to that position there. What about Jarno Opmeer? He's still ahead. He's still ahead of Thomas Ronhaar now, heading into the final few corners. What will happen? Ishmael Fassi might lose his position. Here comes Luke Smith around the outside and in towards the final few corners. Luke Smith, has he made this move stick? Still side by side down the inside and towards turn number 16. Ishmael Fassi off the circuit as they come across the line. Luke Smith wins, and Jarno Opmeer in P5. He claims the season 16 WOR PC Tier 1 Championship.